To expel the evil spirit possessing the girl, the man smashed a window with a chair, then unplugged the network cable, tying one end to the balcony and the other to the end of a mirror hanging over the girl. The man instructed everyone to just hold the mirror and, no matter what they heard, not to open their eyes. He then covered the girl's eyes and began chanting incantations. However, one onlooker couldn't contain his fear and looked at what he shouldn't have seen.
Smile pretty, big prick.
When the evil spirit was forced out of the girl's body, it was transferred into the mirror.
Pull it!
Once everything was complete, the girl returned to normal, and the exorcist was none other than the renowned Constantine. He had an extraordinary spiritual power from a young age, allowing him to see gods, ghosts, and demons wandering in the human world. Yet, no one believed in the visions of a child. Tormented over time, Constantine finally couldn't bear it any longer and chose to end his suffering by committing suicide. He indeed succeeded and died for 2 minutes, descending into hell. However, time in the other realm is prohibited. So, in those brief 2 minutes, he experienced a full cycle of torment in hell, and when he returned to life, he realized that the demons he saw were real. It turns out that although God and Satan do not directly interfere with humans, they invisibly send emissaries to guide people toward heaven or hell to maintain a balance. Because Constantine attempted suicide as a child, his soul was destined for hell. But he remained determined to reach heaven. Unexpectedly, it wasn't any supernatural force that defeated Constantine first, but his own body. Due to a habit of smoking 30 cigarettes daily since age 15, he was now in the late stages of incurable lung cancer. Without the key to heaven, Constantine sought out the Archangel Gabriel on earth, hoping for an extension to continue his mission. But the response he received left him in despair.
You're fucked.
Why?
You're the one who should go to hell, half-breed.
As Constantine walked home, filled with resentment, he was suddenly attacked by a demon.
Business, exorcist.
Although he managed to defeat the demon using a small car, the appearance of such an evil spirit in the human world made Constantine sense something unusual. In the midst of his confusion, a policewoman named Anna approached him. Her sister, Lisa, had recently committed suicide by jumping off a building, but Anna knew her devout sister would never damn herself to hell this way. Despite her sister's ongoing treatment in a psychiatric hospital, the unexplainable nature of the incident led Anna to seek help from Constantine, the famous exorcist. However, with his limited time left, Constantine was reluctant to deal with such a messy situation and immediately dismissed her. But after Anna left, he saw a shadow moving outside the window, seemingly pursuing her. Sensing something wrong, Constantine chased after her, soon learning that Lisa was also a psychic. Before Constantine could learn more, the streetlights suddenly went out. This wasn't a power outage but the work of an evil spirit. The two of them cautiously retreated to a corner. Constantine wrapped a towel around his hand, holding a lighter in the other. Although Constantine drove the evil spirit away with flames.
Close your eyes.
Why?
Suit yourself. You can stay in hell, huh?
He was now certain these demons were after Anna. This piqued Constantine's interest, and he decided to help her. To confirm whether Lisa truly committed suicide, he only needed to see if her soul was in heaven or hell. He filled the rice cooker with cold water, then, without taking off his shoes, submerged his feet in it while holding the pet the girl used to care for, staring straight into its eyes. As the cat's pupils narrowed, time seemed to stand still. When Constantine regained his senses, he found himself in hell, where time no longer flowed, but everything was withering away. In the depths of this abyss were countless evil spirits, many of whom had been banished there by Constantine himself. Naturally, when their nemesis arrived, Constantine shattered a spirit bead and returned to reality, confirming that Lisa had indeed died by suicide. He also learned that Anna and Lisa were twins, both psychic mediums. Perhaps Lisa chose to take her own life to prevent the evil spirit from possessing her body and would rather face hell. This was evident from the demon mark on Lisa's hand. At the same time, Constantine sent his psychic friend, Chubby, to investigate, and sure enough, a hidden demon's mark was found on Lisa's body. However, the moment he discovered it, he was targeted by the evil spirit. Water is a medium for all things, and Chubby hoped to use it to lift the curse on him. But when he opened a jar, no water poured out. In a panic, he rushed into a supermarket, frantically drinking every liquid he could find. Yet anything related to water was denied to him. Knowing he couldn't escape his fate, Chubby used his last bit of strength to leave a clue. When Constantine arrived at the scene, the coroner declared the cause of death to be alcohol poisoning. However, Constantine cleverly found the vital clue his friend had sacrificed himself for. He then contacted his knowledgeable friend, Slim. The mark Constantine bore represented Marvin, the son of Satan. There was a pact between God and Satan that neither could directly intervene in the human world. Yet Satan's ambitious son sought to rule humanity, intending to use the spear of destiny, painted with God's blood. By descending through a psychic medium, he could break free from the realms of heaven and hell and, as a human, establish himself as a ruler, creating a triad of enemies. But before Slim could finish his explanation, they were already being watched. When Constantine and Slim hurried to the location, they found their friend already killed. Although they had discovered Marvin's plot, all clues were now gone. The only hope was for Anna, as a twin psychic medium, to accept her abilities. If she opened herself to her psychic powers, she could use their twin connection to uncover the clues Lisa left behind before her death. To regain her powers to discern and exorcise evil spirits, she filled the bathtub with water and fully submerged herself in it. But when Anna saw Constantine's emotionless eyes in the water, she panicked. She tried to escape, but Constantine held her down firmly. Anna struggled frantically in the water but couldn't break free until she began to suffocate, and time seemed to halt at that moment. While hovering near death, Anna finally regained her powers and saw clues left by her sister before she died, sensing that an evil spirit had once been there.
Balthazar.
Constantine immediately recognized the mastermind behind it all, who had killed 2 of his companions. This left Constantine with no regard for the balance between worlds, transforming him into a vengeful warrior.
I was born of this!
Constantine pulled a golden knuckle duster engraved with a cross from his pocket and landed a punch, disfiguring half of the demon emissary's face. After the relentless beating, the demon was left powerless. Constantine then took out a Bible, reciting incantations to send this creature's soul to heaven. A demon being sent to heaven means nothing but annihilation.
To the son of the devil. You have to ask for absolution. What do you love?
Terrified, the demon emissary revealed everything. We are preparing for the birth of the son of the devil. Upon hearing this, Constantine immediately banished the demon emissary. However, before they could relax, disaster struck again. To track the evil spirit, Constantine sought help from his friend Old Black, a former exorcist who now ran a sanctuary. Old Black specialized in sheltering fallen angels and demon knights. To trace the enemy, they needed an ancient chair. Constantine sat on it, removed his shoes, sprinkled water on the floor, and Old Black set the stage. Through a cycle of reincarnation, Constantine tracked the spear of destiny, finding the final target in a demon-filled building. At that moment, his presence was detected by the enemy. After identifying the target, Constantine and his apprentice set off, splitting up. The apprentice placed a cross blessed with holy water into the building's water tank, turning the entire water system into holy water.
Holy water?
The holy water from the fire hydrant drenched them, weakening them immensely, and before they could recover, Constantine struck. After swiftly eliminating all the demon guards, they found Anna, only to realize they were too late. She was already possessed by Mammon. Reluctant to hurt her, they pulled her out of the water and bound her, chanting an exorcism. After a struggle, Anna calmed down, but this wasn't Mammon surrendering. It was the beginning of his transformation into the devil's child, about to emerge. Constantine's incantations had no effect, but his apprentice saved the day, reciting the correct spell as Constantine followed, narrowly averting the disaster. Before they could celebrate, disaster struck again. An invisible force killed the apprentice, leaving Constantine devastated. He immediately began a ritual to open the gates of heaven, determined to find the hidden mastermind.
Your ego is astounding.
The one behind it all turned out to be the Archangel Gabriel. He had secretly aided the Devil's Son's descent to impose more suffering and pain on humanity. For Gabriel, even the worst sinners could attain heaven through last-minute repentance, a system he found unfair after all the trials he endured to become an archangel. Constantine was thrown aside, still praying for God's attention, but to no avail. With no divine intervention, there was only one other who could stop this. Constantine picked up a shard of glass and slashed his wrist. As blood flowed, his consciousness faded, and time began to freeze. Satan sensed Constantine's call and descended, initially coming only to claim Constantine's unique soul, but was drawn to the disturbance from the room nearby, the unique energy of the Spear of Destiny. Not even his ambitious son could break Satan's deal with God. Without hesitation, Satan banished Mammon back to hell and destroyed Gabriel's divine power source. After ending this fiasco, Satan turned to take Constantine's soul. Nearing death, Constantine made a deal with Satan to allow Lisa to enter heaven. Satan agreed without a second thought and tried to drag Constantine to hell, but suddenly, Constantine became immovable as a holy light emerged. Constantine's sacrifice for Lisa redeemed him.
Fine. It's done.
Granting him entry to heaven instead of hell. Outraged, Satan attempted to drag Constantine down by removing his lung cancer and tar-covered organs, ensuring God couldn't claim his soul. Shortly after, Constantine woke up, now with a second chance at life. As for his soul's ultimate fate, it would depend on the path he chose. Anna, free from Mammon's possession, also awoke. Gabriel, now wingless, awoke as well. Constantine placed his favorite lighter on his apprentice's grave. Perhaps, to Constantine, his apprentice was his greatest regret, a wound that would never heal. But was that truly the case?